everyone, Nick Kretikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and tonight you're watching me on Hometalk, and we have an awesome Thanksgiving wreath to create. So here we have just a standard 14-inch grapevine, a little bit smaller than the typical ones we work with, but I don't want to create a super massive wreath tonight. So I'm just going to start off with some basic greenery. So here's some greenery that you guys can pick up at any local craft store, as well as online, and we're just going to chop it up into little pieces. So when it comes to fall designing, I think a little bit differently than a lot of people. With my fall florals and greenery, I always like to start with a nice solid base of just something that's plain like this, and then come back in with fall accents. Any fall wreath that you create, you always want to accent with fall instead of having fall be, up front and center with so many different colors. So you always need a nice solid base to start off with. So we're going to cut down about 3 or 4 leftover sprays like this and work them into our wreath. So I've broken down some sprays of that greenery, and all I'm doing is I'm dipping them in my glue skillet, and this is a glue skillet in case you've never seen it. I am upgrading this one to a brand new one, so I look forward to that. But I really like it as opposed to just a regular glue stick or a glue gun. I think it's so much easier to work in. So I'm just taking some of this greenery and just sporadically placing it throughout. We don't have to go for super coverage at this point because, like I said before, we are using primarily scraps. So I'm just alternating by placing a piece towards the inside and then a piece towards the outside. Also, notice that I'm working it all in the same motion. So here, with the grapevine, they're all facing the same direction, and I really think that creates a nice look in your designs. It really makes sure everything's uniform and going in the same direction. If you have everything shooting in every different direction, what ends up happening is it just looks cluttered and it doesn't look organized. And this is how our wreath is shaping up so far. So keep in mind, this is a 14-inch frame, but once you add greenery and flowers, it usually extends to about 18 to 20 inches in total width. So before we add any more flowers, we are going to secure our little pilgrim turkey. Look at how cute this is, you guys. We got a pilgrim hat, and then we also have some turkey feet. So I think this is really cute. It makes things a little bit more whimsical. I, of course, do a lot of classical designs, but it's always fun doing something kind of fun for certain holidays, and I think Thanksgiving, this would be really cute on a front door. So these already have wires on them, and you can purchase them online, and I'm just taking the wires, feeding them through my grapevine until we get to the back side of it, and securing. And there we go, there's our little hat. So now let's attach our turkey legs. Look at how cute these little turkey legs are, you guys. So they have little toes, and it's really detailed. So we're going to take these legs and place them down below. Of course, if you wanted to use a full-on turkey, you certainly can, but I think working in a turkey with a pilgrim really screams Thanksgiving to me. So I'm just taking those legs, doing the same process that we did up top, just securing them to the grapevine, and then after this, we can come back in with some flowers. So before we add any flowers, I actually found these cute little candy corn with some straw or raffia, and they come with 5 individual pieces of Indian corn. We have 2 orange ones and 3 yellow. So what I've done is I've just cut off 2 of them, 1 of each color, and we kept the rest in its entirety. I think by breaking them down a little bit like this, where we have 3 pieces, it helps soften the look of this wreath. We're not designing on a massive wreath, so I want to make sure everything's to scale. So we're just going to take these and simply work them into our wreath. So with those pieces that we cut off individually, we can kind of pepper them in any negative spaces we may have afterwards. So we'll just continue working in as many as we would like. If you don't want to add these, you certainly don't have to. Now we'll just take those individual size pieces and work them into the grapevine as well. So any spots that could use an Indian corn or 2, we're just taking them and working them in. So the flowers we're going to be adding are actually these like little miniature flowers or berries. So they match the Indian corn really nicely, and I don't think we need to add any large flowers into this. Keep in mind scale with whatever you're designing. So since we're designing a smaller wreath, we don't want to be working in any full-size flowers. Pretty much everything we add is going to be just filler flower size. So just popping off the remnants off this leftover spray. And it's also a good idea to go through your own supply. We all have, odds and ends in our home that we can put to use in projects like this. So I'm just taking those little individual little florets or berries and just poking them in between. That'll help tie in all of the colors that we've already used, which is the kind of burnt orange, the yellow, and the shades of green. So just placing them, again, at random, not focusing too much attention on an exact placement. And we'll take our final one and place it underneath our little figurine. Oh, we found one more. So I'll take our final one and just place it virtually anywhere. Okay, so here's our pilgrim turkey wreath. This is how it turned out, and I absolutely love it, and I think it's very fitting and cute for Thanksgiving. So let's do a quick little recap. We have our wreath enhancement with the hat and the legs. We also came back in with some leftover greenery that I had from other projects. We also added a few Indian corn and a few little berries or florets throughout. So very inexpensive to create, especially if you have some floral products left around your house. Definitely put them to use in a project like this. So this was all designed on a 14-inch wreath frame. So in total, this design isn't absolutely massive. And I kind of prefer this for the interior of my home. You know, it's very fitting to have on closet doors, just on walls, without it making such a huge statement that that's the first thing you see whenever you walk into a room. So it's always nice to have little touches of every season and holiday without overdoing it. So I'm really happy with this wreath. I think it turned out really cute. So thank you all so much for watching. This is Nick Credit, host of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and you're watching me on Hometalk. Bye, everyone.